Where's the volume control on this? Good morning, MegaPodlings, and thank you to everyone who subscribed. Help us get to that magic number. Very, very appreciative. Unfortunately, YouTube's still not going to let me go live yet. Who knows when they'll turn it around? But thank you, everyone. I am most appreciative. And hey, here we are. 1,000. I didn't think I'd ever get there. In fact, I was starting to wonder if I should take the fact that it was taking so long to get there as a sign that maybe there was a lack of interest and that I should just pack it in. I see Josh. I see Marty, Joey, Sam, Kevin, Jesse, Aubrey, Steven. Thank you, everybody. And Joey Baseball asks, have I ever gotten 30 subs in one day before? I think my record was I got like 300 subs in a day, but that was after I was on the Daily Woo with Adam the Woo. And never again did something like that happen. That was like a one-time thing. I was on the Daily Woo the next day, slew of new subscribers, and never did I have that kind of volume in a single day ever again. It's the power of Adam the Woo. I see Kevin and Aubrey congratulating me. Thank you, but don't congratulate me. I could have done it without you guys. I appreciate it. I thank you, every one of you. And Marty says, how long until my cat makes an appearance? Well, he's asleep right now. He's over there. So, you see, this is one of the things I don't like about using the desktop is I feel like I'm never quite looking at you because the camera's up here, but I'm reading the chat down here, and it throws me off. It really does. I'm never looking the right way on these. How's my volume? Can you guys hear me okay? And thank you. All you lucky people tells me to keep wearing those pajamas. Thank you. Thank you. Sam's got to go. Very sorry. Hey, Sam, thanks for stopping by at all. I appreciate it. Joey pipped me out so much he feels dirty. I'm sorry, Joey, but thank you. Aubrey, you're too kind. You're too kind. I put out something. You know, it's funny because of all the content I'm putting out right now, what excites me the most are the Lunchbox Bunch videos. But in terms of views, they are not by a long shot my most successful. I think I'm more interested, and Dave Perillo is more interested in that than actual viewers. So there you go. Marty asks, what does my wife think of me hitting 1,000 subs? I don't know if she knows yet, actually. She was upstairs getting ready for bed. She was actually she wanted to be on the live stream. She was waiting to join in on the live stream, but it went a little too late for her. I don't think she expected it. You know, last time she popped in, it was one of the nights where Cinema Sickness ended at like 9, and we went on at like 9. She doesn't usually stay up past 10 on a work night. So there you go. Julie, thank you. That is too kind of you. I appreciate it. Marty says, I must have a zebra hat. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Marty? I'm not sure. Ooh, Joey Baseball says the volume is nice and sexy. Joey Baseball says, I was going to tell you if you want to hit 1,000 subs, you should make more Captain Marvel videos, but then all your subs would be trolls. Yeah, pretty much. I saw Captain Marvel for the 4th time yesterday. I actually went for the 4th time. I had seen it 3 times, and as much as I love the movie, and I love the movie, that was enough for me. I don't think I needed necessarily to go see it again. I could have waited for the Blu-ray. But my stepdaughter wants to watch all the Marvel movies now in chronological order. Chronological order. So even though the first one to come out was Iron Man, chronologically the first one was Captain America, the First Avenger, and chronologically the second one is Captain Marvel because it's set in the 90s. So we obliged her, and we put on Captain America on Saturday night, and then Sunday I took her to see Captain Marvel again. So she got the first 2 chronologically in there. Explorin' Ryan is here. Welcome, Ryan. How are you, my man? It's a magical day, Ryan. I've hit 1,000, but YouTube still won't let me live stream. So I guess maybe YouTube wants to wait and see if anyone's going to quit and be like, maybe they want to make sure I hold 1,000. So they're not like, he hit 1,000, and they're gone like an hour later. I don't know. Marty says, I was talking about Joey Baseball saying, oh, I get it now. I get it. Hello, Evan. Liam Brandon says, Joe, I subbed during the CS live stream. I watch his videos. I've seen a few of your videos. I think you're hilarious. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hilarious, maybe stretching it a bit, but oh, Ryan, I was going to send you the link. I was going to say you could join in. Does anyone want to join in on this? I could send a link, but I mean, we shouldn't get out of hand and have like 12 people because I did that once before and it didn't go so well. But if you want to join in on this chat, let me know. I could send you the link and we could have more than one person here. I figured out how to do that again. They haven't made it easy, but Marty McFly says, how likely do you think Shazam 2 is? I think it's a done deal. They announced pretty much the opening weekend of Shazam that Shazam 2 was happening. And I can't wait because I said I saw Captain Marvel for the 4th time yesterday. I also saw Shazam for the 4th time yesterday. I saw Captain Marvel in the daytime with my stepdaughter, and then last night while Christine was watching Game of Thrones, I went and saw Shazam again. And I got to tell you, as much as I love Captain Marvel, like Captain Marvel's a great movie. Shazam is a better movie. I love Shazam. I don't think I'll ever tire of that movie. It's just start to finish. It's you know what? It's funny. It's a good superhero movie. It's funny. It's got great villains because it's done by a horror movie director. And even though the movie is kind of light and funny, they don't go light with the villains. The villains are kind of dark and they mean business. And the movie has so much heart. It's just got so much. It's a perfect movie. It's a perfect movie. Geriatric Geek says, keep up the good work. Thank you, Geriatric Geek. I appreciate it. Sav is here. Welcome, Sav. Adam Bates is here. Welcome. Jesse says they're making a Kazam 2. Shaq is on board. Well, I bet he is. Henry subbed tonight. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Marie, for the congrats. All you lucky people says, hey, Joe, tell Dave to feature your channel under his channel. I thought he did. I will ask him. Marty says, do you consider Star Trek the Animated Series to be canon? Good question, Marty. And I'll tell you, the answer is an absolute yes. Yes, I definitely do. I'll tell you why. Number one, it was written by the same writers that wrote the original series. So the same people were writing those stories that wrote the original series. It's not like it had lesser writers. It's the same writers. But on top of that, other Star Trek shows, particularly Deep Space Nine, Enterprise, and Discovery, have made direct references to events from the animated series. So I feel if there was any question to the canonicity of the animated series, the references on DS9, Enterprise, and Discovery just kind of solidify it in my mind. Now, Gene Roddenberry initially said it was canon. He initially said it was canon in the 70s and early 80s. Somewhere around the time of the Next Generation, he changed his mind and said it was not canon. Now, it is my understanding that CBS, who now owns the show, considers it canon again, which makes sense with the references to it on Discovery and the other recent shows. So there you go. Liam says, I've seen Captain Marvel in March and Shazam on Saturday night, and I thought they were both amazing. Not really into the MCU or the DC films, but I had an amazing time with both movies. They are great movies. They're really great movies. Now, on my fourth viewing of Captain Marvel, I'll tell you, it is a little slow at the beginning. Like the parts where the Skrulls are trying to extract her memory. It's a little slow moving. But from the moment she gets to Earth and teams up with Nick Fury, it's just entertaining. They're a great team. They have such great chemistry together. It's a fun buddy cop film. One of the great things about the MCU movies is that they don't really have like a formula. Each one is kind of its own thing. For example, The Winter Soldier was the like political thriller, and Spider-Man Homecoming was like the John Hughes teen comedy. Like they all have like a unique tone. And Captain Marvel was the buddy cop film, and it works. It's a lot of fun. Adam Bates says, Suicide Squad is a terrible movie, and I hate the villain. I'm half with you. It's not a great movie, but I think it's an entertaining movie. I find it very entertaining. I'm very excited about the second Suicide Squad, though, because I don't think James Gunn can make a bad movie if he tried. Henry says, Walter Koenig signed an envelope commemorating the Golden Gate Bridge for me, if that makes sense. Interesting. Joey Baseball says, the Star Trek series may or may not be canon, but Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie. Yes, it is. Yes, and you know what? You know what else is a Christmas movie? Shazam is a Christmas movie. In fact, I kind of think that Warner Brothers should have flip-flopped the release of Shazam and Aquaman. Released Aquaman in the fall and Shazam at Christmas time, because Shazam's a Christmas movie. Of course, Aquaman made $1 billion, so maybe you don't question their decision-making because they made $1 billion. Clearly, they know what they're doing. Kevin says, Captain Marvel question. How did Fury beat Danvers to that bar? Good question. Further, how did he even know she would be there? You know what? I've seen that movie 4 times, and that never crossed my mind. But that is a good question. That is a great question. Marty McFly says, bye, just popped on to say my congrats. Marty, always great to have you here. Thank you. Appreciate it. And you know what, Marty? You've been here for a long time. You and guys like you and Joey Baseball and Kevin Barry and so many of you guys have been here, Geriatric Geek, supporting me for a very, very, very long time, and I appreciate that. I really appreciate it. What's this? Oh, thought I was getting a text from my wife, but it's Instagram telling me people added to their stories. Aubrey says that's a great analogy. What was the analogy? Did I make the analogy? I don't even remember now. I have trouble holding a thought. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have trouble holding a thought. Sab says, can Star Trek the Animated Series be considered the 4th season? I do. I consider it the 4th and 5th season because it ran for 2 seasons. Of course, they only did 22 episodes total, so they were short seasons. So I don't know, but yeah, I consider it personally to be the 4th season. Funny thing is, I don't even really consider it a separate series because to me it is. It's year 4 of the original series. So when people say how many Star Trek shows are there, the correct answer is 7. There's 6 live action shows in the animated series, but I don't even count the animated series because in my mind that's year 4 of the live action original. Anyway. Jesse says, what is your favorite buddy cop film? Alien Nation. I love Alien Nation. Does that count as a buddy cop film? I think it does. I love that movie. And I like the TV show even more than I like the movie. Thoughts on the new Hellboy film, Robert says. Robert, I actually did a review of the new Hellboy film. You can find it on the channel a couple weeks ago. Bottom line, I didn't care for it. I don't think it's a train wreck. It's got moments. There's a moment here and there that I think are entertaining. But generally speaking, I just didn't really think it hung together. And it's not nearly as good, I don't think, as what Del Toro did, personally. Evan Brewer asks, where would I put Endgame in my MCU ranking? Okay, I've only seen Endgame once, so if I see it again, who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind. But my gut reaction is right to the top. Number one. I thought it was a perfect movie. I my nitpicks are minor. Like one of my nitpicks was, well, I shouldn't say because it might give away spoilers. If you want my nitpicks, go check out my review. They're very tiny. Yeah, my God, it was emotional. It was a satisfying conclusion to 22 films, which is a task in and of itself. It juggled so many characters. Everyone got their moment to shine. Can't imagine you're going to do much better than that. But here's the funny thing. I was telling my wife the other day, I think Endgame is probably the best superhero movie ever made. I think it's the best in terms of just everything. It's the best. But as I was thinking about it, I'm like, as much as I think Endgame is the best, I'd rather rewatch Shazam because Endgame was so heavy. It was so heavy. There's so much to unpack there. It's like it's an emotional roller coaster. By the end, you're kind of exhausted. So even though I think it's the better movie, Shazam is just so much more light and fun, and you can just kind of more turn your brain off. So it's a funny thing. I think Endgame's the better movie, but I think Shazam is the more rewatchable movie, if that makes any sense. Anyway, there you go. Die Hard 2 and Lethal Weapon are Christmas movies too. You know, Jesse, I agree with you on Die Hard 2. Lethal Weapon definitely takes place at Christmas, but I don't know if that one's Christmassy enough for me to consider it a Christmas movie. Christmas seems to, in that one, to me, be sort of a backdrop. Like, it's like, yeah, Christmas is going on, but I feel like Christmas is more at the forefront in the Die Hard films. Of course, I haven't seen the original Lethal Weapon in a long time. I should probably rewatch it. It's the same thing with other movies, though, by Shane Black, like Iron Man 3. I couldn't really consider Iron Man 3 a Christmas movie, even though it takes place at Christmas. And the same thing with, like, The Nice Guys. He sets a lot of his movies at Christmas time, but it seems like Christmas is kind of like in the background. It's going on, but I don't know. That's just me, though. People probably disagree with me. All right, Punk Nerd. I can't do it right now because it'll take me off of. Maybe I can do it right now. Give me a second. I can't read what you guys are saying right now, so give me a second. I thought I subscribed to you last week, Green Punk Nerd. I thought I did. There we go. It is done. It is done. Zach Movie Collection, what's up? Hey, what's up? I hit 1,000 tonight. I thank all of you. I appreciate it. Aubrey says, don't get him started on Hellboy. Aubrey, what was my analogy? I don't remember what my analogy was. Refresh my memory, please, if you don't mind, because I don't remember what my analogy was. Do I think Disney should remake Howard the Duck? Well, there's going to be an animated series. There's going to be an animated series on Hulu. I don't know. Not now. I don't think now. Maybe someday. But you know what? All the A-list characters are kind of. I don't want to give anything away. How do I say that? I don't know who all saw Endgame, so I want to be careful what I say. But let's just say the slate of movies we know Marvel has coming out are mostly B-list characters. We got Captain Marvel 2. We've got Black Panther 2. We've got Doctor Strange 2. To the best of my knowledge, there's no Captain America 4. There's no Iron Man 4. There's rumors of a Thor 4. We're definitely going to be a Spider-Man 2 and 3. But most of the Marvel stuff we know is coming out is like the second string characters right now. And Howard the Duck's kind of like C-list. So I don't think I would do a Howard the Duck movie right now. But maybe like when the X-Men movies start coming out, maybe. Or maybe make him just a supporting character in Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that could work. Liam says, my friend is bugging me to see Endgame. Would you recommend watching the entire MCU beforehand? And would you be okay with just watching the Avengers Age of Ultron and Infinity War? All right, look, here's the deal. If you haven't seen all the MCU movies, pretty much every MCU movie, for the most part, not all of them, but most of them are standalone. You don't have to see everything. You really don't have to see everything. It's not going to, if you go into Avengers without having seen Captain America, and Iron Man, you're going to understand the plot of Avengers. I would say for Endgame, you definitely have to see Infinity War. Endgame by itself, without having seen Infinity War, is not going to make a lot of sense. And I would recommend, if you're only going to watch a couple, I would say watch the first Captain America and the first Iron Man, because Endgame kind of has enough throwbacks to some of the early movies. So I would say see Iron Man and Captain America at least, and see Civil War and Infinity War at least. Other than that, the more you see, the more it's going to be a more enriching experience, but you're not necessarily going to be lost. You're not necessarily going to be confused as to what's going on if you just watch a couple of them. But I'd say Civil War and Infinity War, because you're going to be lost in Endgame if you haven't seen Infinity War. You got to see Infinity War to see Endgame. But I don't think you need to see everything. But I would definitely recommend seeing everything, because it's just going to make the experience more enriching. And they're all pretty good. Jesse says, I still put Batman 89 as my favorite comic book movie. Jesse, it's a great movie. Superman 78 is still one of my favorites. In my top 5. If I had to pick a top 5, Superman 78 would still be up there. J2H says, gotta disagree. Seen Endgame 3 times. Think it's very rewatchable. Oh, I'm not saying it's not rewatchable. I'm just saying it's a heavy movie. There's a lot there. There's also 3 hours of your life. It's hard finding 3 hours to watch a movie because of the way my life goes. Like a 3-hour movie is a movie I'm not going to watch as often, simply because that means I have to find 3 hours of time that's uninterrupted that I can sit and watch a movie, and that rarely happens. For example, one of my favorite movies in the world is Boogie Nights, and Boogie Nights isn't quite 3 hours, but it's like 2.5. It's bordering on 3 hours. I never watch Boogie Nights. I never watch Magnolia. These are 2 of my all-time favorite movies. I never watch them because I don't have time, and I love them so much. Anyway. Robert says, would Trading Places be a Christmas movie? It's been a while since I've seen Trading Places. I remember it taking place at New Year's. Does it do Christmas into New Year's? Because I definitely remember the New Year's Eve party in there. Merry New Year! I need to watch that again. Kevin says, Liam, you should watch all the MCU movies before Endgame. Look, I can't disagree there. I don't necessarily think it's necessary, but I think you're going to enjoy them a lot more. Kevin says, did I see today's Spider-Man Far From Home trailer yet? Yes, I did. And it's spoiler-filled. If you haven't seen Endgame, avoid the Spider-Man trailer. But I'm really psyched. And, Happy Hogan got my 2 favorite lines in the trailer. But, one little thing that kind of bugs me about these new Spider-Man movies, and I like them. Like, I liked Spider-Man Homecoming a lot. Spider-Man Homecoming is my second favorite Spider-Man movie. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 is still my favorite Spider-Man movie. But the one problem I have with the Spider-Man movies that are happening right now is they don't have enough Spider-Man supporting cast. Okay, because we got an Aunt May who's wildly different. I mean, Marissa Tomei's Aunt May is not the like little old lady that we're used to. We have a character who's called MJ, but she's not Mary Jane. So it's basically like a completely new character, but we're just giving her. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the character of John Blake in Dark Knight Rises when he's at the end when he's like, maybe it's under my birth name, Robin. It's like, okay, so we're supposed to think this guy's Robin, but he's not Dick Grayson, so he's not really Robin. His name happens to be Robin. It's like this girl's initials happen to be MJ, but she's not Mary Jane, so it's a whole new character. I don't know. And then they've wildly changed Flash Thompson, and it's funny because it's like it's Spider-Man, but a lot of the Spider-Man supporting cast isn't really there. So it's like it's almost like if you did a Superman movie, but Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen and Perry White weren't there, and you put them in a new work environment, and there was a new love interest, and her initials were LL, but it wasn't Lois Lane or Lana Lang. It was someone completely new. And now we're giving Spider-Man Iron Man supporting cast because we got Happy Hogan there, and I don't know. I wish there were more Spider-Man characters in the Spider-Man movie, if I'm making any sense. Aubrey says my analogy was the different types of Marvel films. Thank you. Joey says, how can I call a movie that makes $1 billion B-list? What movie are we talking about, Joey? I'm not sure. Justice League didn't make $1 billion, and that has all the A-list superheroes. Yes, but Justice League should have made $1 billion. The only reason it didn't is because of the movies that preceded it. Aubrey says Ragnarok should be one to watch. Yeah, Ragnarok's great. I love Ragnarok. It's my second favorite Thor movie. The original Thor movie is still my favorite. Punk Nerd says Cinema Sickness friended me on YouTube, but he didn't respond. I'm not sure what that means. By friended you, do you mean sub to your channel? I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, let me know. I'm interested. Sav says I picked up a 4K player last week. Can you remember? Sav, I got to tell you, I don't even have a 4K TV yet. I've been buying 4K titles because I figure someday I will have a 4K TV, and the 4K titles come with a regular Blu-ray, so I could watch the regular Blu-ray for now, and then someday when I have a 4K TV, I've already got the 4K movie. But I actually don't have a 4K player yet, so... Wow, I'm getting hot down here. I set up the fan behind the bar because I thought I was going to be able to do this stream behind the bar. And I'm really hot now. Anyway. Aubrey says, Sav, I heard Jumanji's good in 4K. I still haven't watched Jumanji 2. I have to see Jumanji 2 still. Jesse says that I like Sam Raimi's Darkman. Oh, yeah, Darkman's a classic. I love Darkman. Joey says I called Black Panther and Captain Marvel B-list, but their movies made $1 billion. Yeah, but you know what? They are B-list. I'd actually say their Black Panther is probably now A-list because of the movie. It's the same thing with Iron Man. Iron Man was definitely a B-list character until the 2008 movie. The 2008 movie really put him on the map. I mean, the character's been around since the 60s, but I don't think the average person on the street knew who Iron Man was until 2008. He's definitely A-list now. In fact, I'd say Iron Man's got to be one of the most popular superheroes there is now, but it's purely because of the movie. It's the same thing with Black Panther. That movie put Black Panther on the map up till now. In fact, I wouldn't even say B-list. I'd say he was a C or D-list character until that movie. Captain Marvel, same thing. Captain Marvel, the movie put her on the map. Really did. Same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy. So, yeah, there. But YouTube chat friend, MegaPodTastic. I didn't know YouTube had chat friends, actually, Punk Nerd. I've never seen that before. Austin says DVD vid quality is fine for me. Adam says I would like to see Star Trek and Star Wars collide in a movie. That would be fun. I don't think it'll ever happen, though. That would be a good fan film. Has anyone done that? Someone should have. Aubrey says, thoughts on the new Sonic film re-edits? Gotta be honest, that movie, to me, trailer-wise, looked so bad that I don't think changing the look of the character is going to improve that any. Now, the character did look terrible. Don't get me wrong. That creature design for Sonic was abysmal. But the content of the trailer was equally abysmal. So I don't know that going back and changing it is going to fix it. That's my opinion, though. I don't know. I don't really like those kind of movies, though, where they take like an animated character and I don't know, like the Scooby-Doo movies or Yogi Bear or the Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like, I almost prefer they just did like traditional 2D animation. I don't know. Detective Pikachu looks surprisingly entertaining, though. And that's really surprising to me because I'm not a Pokemon fan. I've never been a Pokemon fan. I am not the person who would ever, expect to be interested in a Pokemon movie, but it looks funny. So who knows? Joey says you can't call them B-list anymore. That's probably true. I'm curious to see if they continue their winning streak, though. Like, will Captain Marvel 2 and Black Panther 2, will they stay? Or was that a fluke? Was Captain Marvel and Black Panther a huge hit just because everyone was so excited for Infinity War? And yeah, I don't know. And we'll find out because there's going to be sequels. If they're still billion-dollar movies, then those characters are here. They have arrived. They are on the map. But Joe Buster 23, Crazy Joe rules. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Sab says, I remember the 90s Iron Man cartoon. Yes. Robert Hayes from Airplane was the voice of Iron Man. And Spider-Man in those 90s cartoons was voiced by Christopher Daniel Barnes or Daniel Christopher. Is it Daniel Christopher or Christopher Daniel? I don't know. But he did the voice of Spider-Man, and he played Robert Hayes' son on Starman. So whenever Iron Man and Spider-Man crossed over, it was like a Starman reunion. Was anyone here a fan of the Starman TV show? That was a classic show that people seem to forget. Very good. All you lucky people says, I think what he means is YouTube added a section where you can add friends to chat with them similar to you can do in Facebook chat. I didn't even know that section existed, got to be honest with you. I'll have to look for that. I'll tell you, the thing that excites me the most about hitting 1,000 is I'm going to get access to the community tab. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the community tab, but it basically allows you to put like text posts up on YouTube, like text messages or almost like a Facebook status update on YouTube. So you don't have to have a video. You could just put like a text post, and I think that's a super handy tool because if I'm going to have a live stream, or if I'm not going to have a live stream, I'm going to be on Cinema Sickness's live stream. That's a venue where I can communicate that information to you guys so you know what to expect. Like, hey guys, check out Cinema Sickness tonight. I'm going to be on there. Or, hey guys, I'm going to do an impromptu live stream tonight. And that's a way to communicate, and I think that's awesome. I've seen people doing that for months, and I've been very anxious to get access to that tab myself because I just see it as being a really handy tool. I don't know how to say your name. Biscay Naked says congrats on 1,000. Thank you, Biscay Naked. I like your profile. Is that the I'll buy that for $1 guy? Aubrey says, I think Disney is proving themselves on making money, non-kids only films. Absolutely. Absolutely. Geriatric says, many consider Aquaman a reference just for 4K. I've heard that. Aquaman's a beautiful movie. Looks great. I haven't seen it in 4K, but it wouldn't surprise me. Kevin says, oh, damn, I remember the Starman show, but never made that Iron Man Spider-Man connection. Good call. Man, I love the Starman TV show. So good. And I had Robert Hayes as a guest on the podcast years ago when Starman the series came out on DVD, just to talk about the show. We talked a little bit about Airplane, too. I mean, you can't have Robert Hayes and not talk about Airplane. You got to talk about Airplane. But specifically, we were talking about the Starman TV show and its DVD release. So that was exciting for me because I loved that show. Joey Baseball says, now that they changed the Sonic design, the Sonic movie better become the highest grossing movie of all time. It better have an opening bigger than Avengers. I will be shocked. I will be shocked. If Sonic bombs, they will never listen to the fans ever again. And it will forever be the scapegoat as to why they don't listen to the fans. It's possible. From what I hear, I don't know if this is true, but from what I hear, Sega, the higher-ups at Sega did not like that character design too. They were disappointed in that as well, from what I've heard. But is what I heard accurate? I don't know. Sab says Spider-Man 5000, Spider-Man and His Amazing... Oh, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends was such a great show. Austin Dolan says RoboCop 87. I did buy that for $1 at the Dollar Tree. Nice! Jesse says, do you like the Deadpool movies? What do you think Disney will do with him? Disney's already said they're not going to change a thing. He's still going to be rated R. Deadpool 3 is going to be... is going to be R-rated. They're not going to mess with a winning thing. I don't even think they're going to release Deadpool 3 under the Disney banner because they own the name 20th Century Fox now. So it's from what I heard, and keep in mind what I heard on other YouTube channels. Some of the more reputable ones. So... You know, there's a lot of YouTube channels that just make crap up. There's a lot that just make stuff up. They'll say anything for clicks. Then you got some more legitimate sources. I mean, they're still dealing in rumor, but they're a little more plausible. They're not clickbait. And from what I understand, Disney is planning to still put those put the Deadpool movies under the Fox imprint as rated R. Kim Barry says best Batmobile. Oh, this one. You can't beat the 66. You can't beat the 66. However, oh, here, look, I got this is still in the package. That is still in the package there. Yeah, the 66, man, that is my favorite. Though I also do love the Michael Keaton version. Oh, look what I got over here. Hang on a second. Ugh. It's a little dusty. There we go. Batman and Robin are in it. Yeah, that's my favorite. Can't beat that. Can't beat that one. Joey Baseball says, now that the fans know they have that kind of power, they will complain about character even more now for every future movie. The studio shouldn't have buckled to the fans. In a way, I agree. I don't know. I'm on the fence on this one. I think they're making a mistake going back and redesigning Sonic because that's going to cost a lot of money to go back and start from scratch. And I think think that Sonic movie is going to fail no matter what. I think they're going to lose a lot of money on that movie, and I think they're just ensuring that they're going to lose more money by going back and making these change. If I thought they could somehow salvage the film and like make money, maybe it would be worth it. But I just don't see any scenario where that movie is a hit. Kevin says his pick is the 66 one, but the 89 one is sleek. Yeah, I love them both. But yeah, the 89 one is a classic. Down the Movie is here. Hello, Rick. Thank you, Rick. It is a magical day, but they still won't let me live stream. Yet. Aubrey says, have I thought about doing a collection tour? The only problem with that is my collection is back in the same room with the cat's litter box, which drives me crazy. I love animals. I'm an animal guy. But don't like living with a cat. I prefer to see someone else's cat and say, hey, can I pet your cat? Jules is a great cat. He's not bad. But, I mean, he's kind of a pain, though, because he doesn't get along with the dog. So we have to keep the dog and the cat separated because the cat will put the dog the dog has gone to the vet with stitches because the cat has attacked him. So we have to have this cat and this dog separated at all times, which is a pain. And the cat, the litter box, that dust gets everywhere. So I'm an animal lover, but I don't really want to ever own a cat again. And I gotta be honest, I don't ever want to own a dog again either, because as much as I love Oreo's my baby. I've had him since he was a puppy. He's getting up there in years, and he's very high maintenance. And if you don't keep an eye on him, he will pee everywhere. It's between the 4-year-old and Oreo, I'm exhausted because they're both, you got to keep an eye on them both. I'm tired. I'm tired, man. Anyway. Adam says, can't wait for Stranger Things Season 3. Absolutely, I'm excited. I picked up the Stranger Things comic on Free Comic Book Day. I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to that. Judah Baseball says, I think the Sonic movie will be a test. The pressure is on like never before. The fans who complain better go see it 15 times opening weekend. Kevin says, concerning Sonic, I think the damage has been done. I agree. It just doesn't look like a good movie. Movie John is here. Hello, Movie John. Welcome to the party. Evan says, am I going to rank the X-Men movies? I am going to. I am definitely going to, but I'm going to wait until Dark Phoenix is out. And I'm going to do them all, including Dark Phoenix. So it's going to happen, but just wait till June. Wait till June, because I want to include Dark Phoenix when I do it. So. Down the Movie says, I'm headed out. Cannot wait for Saturday, bro. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, Saturday should be fun. Money's going to be tight. Can't pick like anything up. Like no matter how many stores we go to, can't buy like anything because money is tight. But guess what? If I still have 1,000 subs by Saturday, assuming a bunch of people don't like unsubscribe now, I could live stream from the thing on Saturday. Maybe we'll do a boardwalk live stream. I don't know. We'll see. It's a possibility. Down the Movie says, doing well, just enjoyed an evening of movie watching and relaxing. What movie did you watch, Rick? Tell us if you're still here. I don't know. You said you have to go. So maybe I'm reading this a couple minutes late, so you may already be gone for all I know. Kevin says, piggybacking on the Starman comments, what movie would you like to see adapted as a TV series that hasn't already? My answer to that for many, many years was Galaxy Quest. I thought Galaxy Quest would make a great TV show when there was no new Star Trek, because I thought it could fill the void Star Trek had left behind. But now that we have Star Trek back and the Orville, I don't know that it would necessarily work anymore. It might just feel like more of the same because we've already got, Star Trek and the Orville. And the Orville definitely kind of fits into that more comedic. Down the Movie says he watched Serenity 2019. If Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk and Summer Glau aren't in the movie, it shouldn't be called Serenity. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. You can't take the sky from me. Anyway, sorry, I had a moment. So yeah, what movie could be adapted as a TV series? That's a good question. And I'd have to think about it. I really would. Yeah, I don't know. What's been out lately? Let me think on that one. I'll get back to you. Joey Baseball. Oh, Oswald says, do I like the new Spider-Man trailer today? Yes, very much so. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Liam says, what's my favorite TV show that's on right now? Star Trek Discovery. Can't get enough of Star Trek Discovery. The season's over. I can't wait for next season. Humdinger of a finale. I was actually disappointed in the finale. As much as I love the show, I thought the season finale was kind of weak. But I do like where they left us for next year. How we got there, I wasn't so crazy about. But the new direction of the show sounds really exciting. I can't wait. Another great show that I don't know if not nearly enough people are talking about. Everyone should be talking about it because it's so good. What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show on FX. It is hilarious. It makes me laugh so much. I love What We Do in the Shadows. So, and Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai season 2 was terrific. Brandon says, Boardwalk, I thought you guys were going to Columbus. Oh, Brandon, we got a whole day planned for Jersey. We're going to be all over the state of New Jersey. Down the Movie says, we watched, oh yeah, I already read that. Kevin says, I thought I heard Paul Scheer was working on a Galaxy Quest TV show for Amazon. There's been talk. I don't know if it was supposed to happen before Alan Rickman died. And I think Alan Rickman's death threw it off. So I don't know. Oswald says, am I a Martin Scorsese fan? If so, which of his lesser-known films would you recommend? Oh. Well, I don't know if it counts as one of his lesser-known films. But my favorite Scorsese film is probably Hugo. Hugo is fantastic. One of the funny things about Hugo, though, is, to me, it doesn't feel like a Scorsese film. Feels more like a Spielberg film or something. I think I once called it the best Spielberg film Scorsese ever made. I don't know. Yeah, I love that one. Brian A says, wow, but I'm not sure what we're wowing. Did I get the Firefly comic too? Yes, I did. The Firefly Buffy comic. I definitely picked it up. Sav says, do I like the Orville? My wife likes the Orville. She definitely likes it. No question. She really likes it. I kind of like it. I've seen every episode. I want to like it. I kind of root for the show. I want it to get better. But I feel like they don't have any original ideas. Everything they do on that show has already been done on Star Trek. And it's like, and this season has been less humorous than last season. In fact, Seth MacFarlane at the beginning of the season said he wanted to kind of make it a little more sci-fi and a little less comedy this season, which I think was a mistake because the comedy is kind of what keeps it unique. I mean, if you take away the comedy, you just have a ripoff of Star Trek. That's all you have. It's a ripoff of Star Trek. The comedy is the thing that makes it different. Now, there's still comedy there, but he's toned the comedy down a tad from last year, and I think that was a mistake because the comedy is what makes it different. But yeah, no, they need better scripts. I want to like it, but I'm just not getting there. And the movie says, Joey Baseball, I watched a Goofy movie on Friday. Aubrey says, do I like Wes Anderson films? Aubrey, I can't get into Wes Anderson. I've tried. I've never seen The Fantastic Mr. Fox, but I did not like Bottle Rocket. I didn't like Rushmore, and I didn't like the Royal Tenenbaums. And at that point, I just kind of stopped watching his movies because I'm like, this guy, he and I, his sense of humor and my sense of humor, we just don't connect. Which happens sometimes, but like I just like I remember there were moments in those movies where I didn't understand where the joke was, and I'd say to people, "Where's the joke? I don't even understand what." Like sometimes you'll watch something like, okay, I don't like Full House. I'm not a fan of Full House, but I'll watch Full House, and I'll be able to tell where the joke is, and I just won't find it funny, and I'll be like, okay, that was the joke. I just didn't laugh at it because I didn't think it was funny. And there's Jules. People who were asking for Jules. He's checking out Kira's Dollhouse right there. You hear me say his name. He's coming over now because he heard his name. Anyway, with Wes Anderson movies, I can't figure out what Wes Anderson expected me to laugh at. It's no criticism there. You know, humor's subjective, so like I would never say his movies are bad movies. Like I know people love them, but I just don't personally connect with them. Liam says, I just seen an ad for What We Do in the Shadows today and I died laughing. Oh my god, the show is so funny. If you've ever seen the movie What We Do in the Shadows, the show is every bit as good. Yeah. Joey says, in my Cobra Kai video, you talked about how you don't like them dumping out an entire series at once, but once a week makes you spend more money. That's true, but I figure I'm going to spend it anyway. Like take CBS All Access. I paid up for the year. I got like the whole year because right now they had Star Trek. Now they got Twilight Zone, and in the fall Picard is starting. So it's like. No, YouTube, I guess all they have is Cobra Kai. But you know what? YouTube's going free. Cobra Kai is going to be free soon. And it's going to be ad-supported. So you'll be able to watch it for free. But yeah, I think waiting a week just lets you... And I don't have the willpower. Like, I could have waited a week on season 2. I could have, like, they were all there, but I could have just watched one a day, but I was too excited. I'm like, I think you get to the end of one, it's like a cliffhanger. It's like, well, I want to know what happens now, and I have access to it, so I just move right into it. Wow, I'm starting to get tired, guys. I'm starting to get tired, guys. Let's see. Down the movie, I bet you loved it in all its exclusiveness. I'm not a member of Disney Movie Club, but I have a couple of their exclusive stuff because I talked members into buying it for me. Yeah, I paid them, but like Return to Oz. I have Disney's Return to Oz. I don't know if that's in stores now, but for a while it was an exclusive, and like the Aladdin 2 and 3 double disc, that was an exclusive for a while. Aubrey says, makes sense. Wes Anderson has a very different sense of humor. Yeah, and people love it. Which is fine. I couldn't. But I thought Isle of Dogs looked really good, and I got it. I picked it up, but I haven't watched it yet. So Isle of Dogs is actually the first movie of his that I've thought about venturing into since the Royal Tenenbaums. I got to put the Batmobile back. Man, it is it's dusty though. I gotta clean this. Hey. Do you have Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel Jr. from the Shazam movie? I want Mary Marvel, but I haven't been able to find her yet. What is going on in Captain Marvel's back here? Got something red on his back. Anyway. Adam says, do I like horror movies? Absolutely. I do, quite a bit. Yes, I do. Oswald says, I'm watching Scorsese's Age of Innocence right now. Have I ever seen it? No, I have not seen that one. Shutter Island was a good one that a lot of people don't talk about. I like that one. Joe Baseball says, I have the same problem with Norm Macdonald. I have no idea where the jokes are. Oh, I love Norm Macdonald. Especially Dirty Work. Man, the movie Dirty Work. Every time I watch that. Dirty Work. They're ruining Don Giovanni. Who's that dude? The opera. Oh, yeah, we are ruining that. Speaking of the Orville, Norm is actually my favorite part of the Orville. Kevin says, Oswald, I'm not positive it would be considered a lesser known, but Scorsese's King of Comedy is pretty great. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sav says, someone is trying to sue Star Trek Discovery for copyright. Yeah, that dude doesn't have a leg to stand on. It's pretty lame. Like, he came up with a video game about tardigrades, and he's trying to say, like, Star Trek ripped him off, except tardigrades are real. Like, they're a real thing. And he's like, oh, and I got this character with, he put pictures, he put screenshots up, and it's laughable because he's like, I got this guy with mutton chops. He's clearly the character of Stamets is a ripoff. And it's like, well, Stamets doesn't look anything like that guy. He doesn't have mutton chops or anything. This guy, it's pretty, but yeah, he's trying. Cinema Sickness is here. 1,000. Yes, thank you for your help, man. I appreciate it. I absolutely appreciate it. I am falling asleep here at the. I'm so tired. Anyway, all right. Let's see. Where am I? I see. I'm so tired. I'm having trouble reading. Aubrey says I should put YouTube link on. I did it, Aubrey. I put the YouTube link on Instagram at your It was your idea. I thank you for that. But yes, I absolutely did it, and I thank you for that idea. Kevin Barry says, search Norm Macdonald YouTube Comedy Awards. Ever hear Norm's the moth joke? Google or look up on YouTube Norm Macdonald's moth joke. It's one of the funniest jokes ever. It's hilarious. No matter how many times I hear it, it kills me. Anyway. Jesse says, Don Rickles insulting Artie Lang in the movie theater. Hey there, Tubby. Baskin Robbins called. They're down to 5 flavors. Hello in there, ice cream. Having a good time. I love that movie so much. Oh, boy. Mildred. What? My name's not Mildred. You must have forgotten my name. Nah, you never told me your name. So I guessed. Oh, boy. Anyway. CS took time off from his collection purge to wish you a happy 1,000. Yes, and we thank him for it. He's eating waffles. All right. Let's all sing the Teen Titans Go Waffles song. Waffles, 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 waffles. Anyone Teen Titans Go fan? Hang on a second. You still here, Cinema Sickness? This is for you. Where is it? Give me a second. Just give me a second. Where is this stuff? Where is it? It's taking me too long. There you go. I better change that. I accidentally set that to my text tone. There we go. That would have gone off every time I got a text. Anyway. Chicken nugget run. Who's down? I'm down, Sal. Bring the chicken nuggets. Let's go. Kevin says, haven't heard the moth joke, but I'll check it out. Oh, man, you won't be sorry, Kevin. It is funny. Sav says it's 4 a.m. in the UK. Oh, wow, Sav. I hope you don't have work in the morning. Oswald says, I ever check out Anthony Jeselnik. He's hilarious, working comedian. I know I've heard Anthony Jeselnik. I can't think of any. I can't even picture what he looks like, but I know I've heard him before. Don Rickles, why don't you buy a horse and move into the mountains where you can't bother anyone? Pajamas and waffles. Joey Baseball says, here comes the copyright strike from Teen Titans Go. Here's the thing, though. That thing was so low. Could you guys really hear that? I don't know. It was pretty low. Anyway. Aubrey says, keep eating those waffles. And now our song is done. We need to keep eating those ding-dongs song. Keep eating those ding-dongs. Captain Marvel Jr. Anyway. We can put these guys out. These guys hang out by the Batmobile over on the shelf there. I don't know how to custom action figure. You know, there's people who do customizations on action figures. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. But if I did, I would get another one of these and make a Chuck Bartowski action figure. Oswald says, Anthony Jeselnik, fire in the maternity ward. Watch it. I will have to make a note of that. If only I had a notepad. I mean, I'm at my desk. There should be a notepad here. Oh, wait. Here we go. All right, I'm writing this down. Anthony Jeselnik, fire in the maternity ward. One of my other favorite comedians is I love Dave Attell. Dave Attell's hysterical. I love Gilbert Gottfried. Jesse says, did I ever see the 80s movie Cloak and Dagger? Jesse, I love Cloak and Dagger. I love it. In fact, my good friend Dave Perillo, who does the Lunchbox Bunch with me, he did a great poster for Cloak and Dagger for a local screening, and I have it upstairs. I wish it was closer so I could show you, but it's like up 2 flights. Aubrey says, keep eating those blank me sandwiches. Oh, if only I had a copy of Blank Me Sandwich right now. But Joey Baseball says, did I hear CS's 20-minute rant about a lot of things on his a lot of his videos are getting copyright strikes? No, I missed that 20-minute rant. What's he getting copyright strikes about? He doesn't play any music or anything. I gotta find that. Was that tonight? Was that in tonight's live stream? Unfortunately, I don't get to see as much YouTube as I used to due to the new job. I have a lot less free time, so I'm missing out on a lot of stuff. Kevin recommends the late, great Robert Schimmel. I'm not familiar with him. I'll have to check that out. Kevin says, Cloak and Dagger is pretty violent for a kid's flick. He totally kills a guy in it, only in the 80s. I love that movie, though. Jack Flack always escapes. If you like comedians, you'll love Jeselnik. Who would you say are your very favorite comedians? My very favorite comedians are Norm Macdonald, Patton Oswalt, Dave Attell, and Gilbert Gottfried. I think those, and Brian Posehn's really good. I like Brian Posehn a lot. Yeah, they're pretty good. Joey Baseball says, my favorite comedian is Bill Cosby. Funny story about Bill. He's currently serving time. You know, I actually thought about doing a video. I don't know if there's interest. Like, I don't know if anyone even thinks this is interesting. But Bill Cosby, the prison Bill Cosby's in, is not far from here at all. It's like maybe a 20-minute, 30-minute ride down the road. And I was thinking, should I go over there and just do a video? Like, hey, this is the prison. This is where Bill Cosby lives now. I don't know if the interest is there, or if that's just going to be too depressing for people. So I don't know, but it was something I considered, but I hadn't decided if I should do that or not. Oswald says, I'm always funny in CS vids and streams. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, guys, a couple of people are asking about my new job. I hope you don't mind. I don't want to say. And I know most of you guys are, everyone I know is a decent person. So it's not like you guys that I distrust, but it's like if I say it in a stream, it's going to be out there for anyone to see, and I would rather not do that because of what happened to Carpetbagger. I don't know if you followed it, but Carpetbagger had a troll who was harassing him at work and calling his job and things like that. So a lot of you guys that I know, like if you asked me in a one-on-one setting, I would tell you. But I just don't want to put it out on a stream because of what happened to Carpetbagger. Because anyone could tune into this, because I'm going to leave it up. You know, it's going to be up on the channel, and anyone could tune in. And I just don't want to go to that place because Carpetbagger ended up having to quit his job because his work gave him an ultimatum because this dude kept calling in. So I want to avoid that. And I appreciate all you guys, your support and everything. So I hope you don't take it the wrong way. Me not telling you guys, but it's like I know who Aubrey is, and it's like I know Aubrey's a decent person, and I've known Joey Baseball for a while. But it's like if I put like a live stream out there, it could then be accessed by a complete stranger. It's just got to be safe if you understand. I hope you don't mind, but that's if you ever meet me one-on-one, we can talk about it then. But I just don't want to put it out on a live stream. I'm not even putting it on my Facebook profile. If you look at my Facebook profile, it doesn't say where I work now because I just need to avoid that kind of thing. I'm still disappointed, honestly. I mean, the job, the new job's fine. Good people I'm meeting there. It seems like it's going to be a fine thing. But I'm honestly still a little heartbroken. I'm not at my old job anymore. I was happy there. I went to work every day with my friends. My boss was one of my best friends. Used to co-host the podcast with me. So in a sense, it's like I was going to work with my friends every day. And you can't beat that. So the new job's fine, but I'm still kind of heartbroken because I didn't want to leave the old job. But what can you do, right? Kevin says, congrats on getting something so soon. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, boy. I am getting tired. I actually should get going pretty soon because I need to get up early in the morning, and I'm very tired. Jesse says, Oswald, me too. No one seems to remember it. It needs a DVD. What is this? The Jerky Boys. Jerky Boys. I heard they're putting out, actually, something popped up in my news feed recently about the Jerky Boys. Apparently they're putting out a new album. Or at least that's what I heard. That's like their first album in like 20 years or something. So apparently the Jerky Boys are on the verge of a comeback. Yeah, I am going to have to wrap this up, guys, because morning is coming early and I am fading on you. But I want to thank everyone who, all the new subscribers, everyone who's been here for a long time. This is very exciting. It's very exciting to look. I'm looking at it right now. I'm seeing MegaPodTastic 1K subscribers. That is a goal that I have long wondered if it was attainable, and here we are. And I thank you guys for that. So hopefully soon they will let me live stream from my phone. I wonder. This is interesting. If you're live streaming from a desktop, I wonder if you could live stream from your phone simultaneously. Wouldn't that be something? Let me see. Yeah, it's still saying I'm not eligible. Wouldn't that be something if I was live streaming from the desktop and then I started a second live stream on my phone? It was like, oh boy. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Thanks for the congratulations. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being a subscriber for a while. If you have been, I appreciate it. And as soon as they let me start live streaming from the mobile, as soon as that ability is back, we'll just go live stream Krazy for like a week or so to celebrate. Like I'll just be popping up live like in the supermarket and things, just like, let's celebrate. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. What is this? I need for that to happen. Oh, I'm so tired. Well, thank you, everyone. Thanks, Jesse. Thank you, Liam. Thank you, Aubrey. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Joey. Joey says, before I know it, I'll have 10K. I doubt that. I don't know that my content's that entertaining, really. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. I wonder if when you have 1,000 viewers, if YouTube, if that does anything with their algorithm where you pop up more often. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe I don't know. But who knows? I know. I've seen other people that they snowball. It's like the more they have, the more they get. And I wonder if it's the algorithm that, hey, this guy's got a ton of subs, so we'll promote him a little more. I don't know. I don't know how YouTube works in those regards, but. Joey Baseball says, one day it'll be a snowball and you will live stream from a Barnes & Noble. A snowstorm. Oh, we'll see. That was a horrible day. Your live stream driving to Dave's house was funny when your phone fell. I got to get something to hold the phone up. Yeah. 100K subs and you get a giant silver play button. Jesse, I don't think I will ever have a giant silver play button. Who knows? But I doubt it. I mean, even CS doesn't have that, so. Joey Baseball says YouTube loves clickbait. Well, I'll just start putting out videos about how women are ruining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and angry rants about how Rian Johnson has killed Star Wars. I'll get I know the things you got to do. I know the things you got to do to get subs and views, but I don't do them because I have something called integrity. But anyway, all right, guys. Remember, Mari. Joey, if only Mari was my 1,000 subscriber, that would be a wonderful thing. I'd be so happy. Mari, everything's better with Mari. All right, guys, I am going to bed. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here all this time. Hopefully, next time we do a live stream, you will not see dollhouses in the background because I'll be back at the bar. Hopefully. Hopefully. All right, I'm going to end this and keep wearing those pajamas.